This is called stereotyping. It's information imposed on a person by society. But if you think about it, there are many such stereotypes in our lives. For example, someone might ask why my younger brother prefers reading and building blocks instead of playing outside, and he's always criticized for not acting like a boy. So what does it really mean to act like a boy? Teacher Yamano Chizuko said, "Oh, maybe the childcare workers and school teachers have a kind of obsessive-compulsive concept, thinking that boys must like to move around and play outdoors, and girls should prefer reading and playing with building blocks. So when they see a girl who is more willing to play in the yard, they will scold them, saying, 'Why don't you read comic books or play with dolls? You don't look like a girl at all.'" These fixed concepts, or stereotypes, are passed down from generation to generation and will have an impact on many people. Think about it. Those who use this word to criticize and accuse you are also victims, and they are also affected. But when they don't realize that they can't get rid of it, then they will pass on this influence to you. If you can't do anything about it, then he may continue to exist. You know, everyone has their own unique preferences, habits, and personalities. If you insist on putting all people into the same mold, like pressing a can, or making an identical ice cube, you will produce such people. So, will such people even have feelings? Will they have creativity? They might just become tools. But just look at the world around us. It's so rich and diverse. We have women who are said to lack femininity, men who are seen as lacking masculinity, and adults who don't fit the typical adult mold. We even have teachers who don't act all high and mighty. What do we call these differences? Is personality a positive or negative word? No matter how you understand it. But personality is the most important feature that makes you different from others. It is a quality that you cannot exchange with others and cannot be replaced by others. If your brother likes reading and playing with blocks, this is part of his personality. Developing this personality is the responsibility of education. In playing with building blocks, if he develops a sense of space, who knows? He might end up working in sculpture, architecture, or even 3D holography in the future. That sounds really exciting and futuristic. But if we stifle his individuality and call that education, then we should definitely oppose such an approach. Why should we criticize this unique child for being different? Not only that, but there are also many other issues we care about, like whether girls should go to college, if they can be student leaders, what kind of jobs they can choose, what kind of boyfriends they should have. Breaking free from established beliefs seems very difficult and may even face opposition from everyone. But if you don't do it, if you don't at least try, then nothing will change. Holding on to this belief, Chikako Ueno has never stopped speaking out in public. It may be misunderstood or even attacked, but she sees it as her responsibility. She says that if no one throws stones, the calm water won't create waves. Once the waves are made, those affected can spread the message in their own areas of expertise. So she is willing to be the one who throws stones into the water. And when the ripples expand, you and I are part of it too. We might become contributors to this wave, and more people will notice us. This is what change is all about. Change is never instant. By reading this book, the most important thing isn't to provide us with answers, but to help us realize that people can think in this way. This kind of deep thinking allows us to live more freely. When you become a person who can think deeply, you can make your own judgments instead of always listening to the outside world's reasons, because many reasons are full of contradictions. You say it is better to go out for a walk after a meal, and he says that you can live longer by lying in bed after a meal. So these principles should not become your destiny. I believe that all people come to this world with their own scripts. In everyone's life script, you are the leading role, whether it's a male or female lead. So make sure to deliver your lines well. Being the master of your own destiny is incredibly important. But we often face various kinds of setbacks in life, and some of these setbacks can be really tough. They may come from your closest loved ones. They might come from strangers you never even meet, but you can still feel their negative emotions. You can be deeply affected, feeling depressed and sad, and thinking that you're incomplete. Life is hard. It's hard for me to tell you what to do in this situation. But I can definitely tell you that you are not alone. Many people are going through their own struggles. In this society, each of us has the potential to be part of a privileged group. Sometimes we can become part of a disadvantaged group. So when you're in such a situation, you need to tell yourself that this is all temporary. How lucky we are to still be at the starting line. We still have the chance to change things, and we can still break free from our current circumstances. Well, that's already very good, right? And this is the most beautiful thing among all things, hope, that never withers.